For your first project, once you're on here to this in 8th grade, your first project is your beatboxing video. If you select on this, this will be the video that I'm recording right here. You hit the little down arrow, it expands everything. Now we're going to start off with the questions for beatboxing because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos here that you're going to watch. They're short. However, for the first 4 videos, you're going to answer some questions on Word document. The Word document, the questions you're going to answer is 1, what does this video describe? What did you learn? And rate the video 1 to 5. The reason you're doing that is because video 1 and 2 are very similar. It's basically describing what dubstep is, beatboxing. And eventually, I'm going to get rid of one of these 2 videos. And you guys are going to help me out with that. Beatboxing, if you remember, guys, beatboxing means that you make every single sound with your voice. There's 2 different ways to do the beatboxing. The first one here that we have, this beatboxing, guys, this is where you're making all the sounds with your voice at the exact same time. You're not recording anything. You do it all at once. Okay, I don't know how some of these guys do it. The world record, as far as I know, is 5 different instruments all being played at the exact same time just with your voice. I don't know how you do 2 different sounds, much less 5. Okay, but that is what beatboxing is. So you're going to answer these questions. Now, when you answer the questions, you're going to have to put them into a Word document. If you take a look here, it says save to the Word document. Well, when you open this up, this goes for all your saving. This goes back to your other thing. You're going to open the Word document. You're going to have video 1, 1, 2, 3. Video 2, 1, 2, 3. Video 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. When you go to save it, you simply go File, Save As. Now, you're going to click on this PC. When you click on this PC, which is over here on the left, you drag down until you find on your computer, it's going to show your name and it's going to show AC 150. That's this room. Okay, so this would say AC 150, and when you open it, it's going to show you this. From here on, it should make sense. You simply click your grade, click your marking period, click which period you are. If you have me first, your first rotation. If you have me second, your second rotation. And then the piano number that you're seated at. Once you open it, you name it something like, Incredibox or Beatboxing or whatever. All right, so then you save it. So that's how you save your work. Now, with the different videos, when you go to watch a video, you hit play, it's going to show that it's restricted. You can't see it. That's because you haven't signed in completely. Very simple. Go to YouTube. Go ahead and sign in. Once you sign in, go to your account here and sign in, then you're able to watch the actual videos. Okay, you're actually able to watch the videos. My videos aren't long, guys. Like this first one's 1 minute and 2 seconds long. So when you compare the first 2 is what is beatboxing. This is a tom-tom. This one's one of those TEDx videos, so it's a little bit longer, but this guy's really good at describing on how you do this. So you're going to watch these 2 videos and rate which one you like. Then when you're done those 2, you're going to go to the next 2. The next 2 are how to beatbox. This one's DubFX. He's pretty good. He's one of my favorites. He's been around since the beginning. He's maybe a little hard to understand just because he assumes you know what beatboxing is, which by now you should because you just watched 2 videos. But also he's from Australia, so his accent's a little thick. The next video is from the New York City crew. These guys, if anything, with Beatboxing 101, is almost too simple. Some people find it a little too watered down, a little too simple for your age. Again, that's where your rating is going to help me out with this. But those are the 4 videos you're going to answer. Now, the next 2 videos, you're simply just going to watch. I have Beatbox. This one's Pink Panther. The next one is Beatbox I Get Around. These 2 you simply watch. This is the other way to do beatboxing. Is instead of just doing it live, you're actually going to lay down different tracks. So with this, he starts off with different tracks. On this first one of the Pink Panther, he's going to simply start off with the cymbals. Then you watch, he's going to click, and that just set a loop, and that just keeps recording and recording. Now, we get the bass track. And then he lays down the bass track, and then he lays down the tenor track, and so on, until eventually he gets to the point where he's singing the whole song. The next one here, the reason I want you guys to watch this is for the very first item. this right here. This is our MIDI box, our MIDI controller. All right? This, in my mind, is possibly the future of music because every single one of those different pads, you can assign a job to it. It could be as simple as play or stop, but you could also take like any one of the Mixcraft sounds and assign it to each one of these pads. And guys, you have these pads right there in front of you on your piano. It's the exact same thing. Since he is a beatboxer, he doesn't take pre-recorded loops like we do with Mixcraft. He makes up his own sound. So down here is all his percussion. Up here, these are his voicing of different notes for I Get Around. So you can listen. So, if I fast forward here just a little bit more, there. What I want to show you is this right here, guys. This is what he used on the very first video. This is our bass pedal looper. And if you look over there on the side, guys, we have it. It's sitting over there. The old version is red and black. The new version is red and gray. That's the pedal looper. This right here is our MIDI pad controller. I just said you have one of these. It's right there on your piano. This is a special effects machine. Makes his voice sound all kinds of different weird ways. Well, he's a professional. This we don't have. We don't need it. But this is another type of digital looper. And guys, we have that. It's sitting right next to it over there on the counter also. So as a professional beatboxer, we can do everything he can do except for special effects in this room. So you're going to go ahead. You're going to watch the different beatboxing stuff. Again, you only have to answer 4 questions, 4 videos. Next thing is our actual project. Our project is going to be an Incredibox project. We're going to do 3 projects total. Project 1, you record 20 measures and 1 bonus scene. The second project is at least 30 measures, a bonus scene, and a solo. And the last project is all 40 measures, a bonus scene, plus a solo, a mute, and a delete. Now, to know what that is, you can go down here and you can take a look. In order to save the projects, you can look down here. It talks about how to save it, which I'll show you in just a little bit. But rather than go over all these directions, I'd rather just show you. So let me open this up. This is, give me 1 second here. Come on. Enable it. Now come back here. Exclude. Okay. This right here is the beatboxing, guys. There's 4 different versions. Back in 2009, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Well, 2009 compared to these others is really kind of boring now. You have to do 3 projects. Please use these 3. You can do all 3 on just one version, or you can try a different version for each one. It's up to you. When you first get into this project, first thing you're going to do is open up version 2 and mess around. Open up version 3 and mess around. Open up version 4 and mess around, and see which version you like the best. Then you can do your projects with it. I'll show you version 2 just because it's the oldest one that I want you to use. So let's have this open. Skip, because I'm actually going to show you. And what we have is a dude without his shirt. That's kind of weird. But down below, just like Mixcraft, we had our different sounds down below. Down here we got our beats, effects, melodies, voices, and so on. Every single one of these loops is either a 2-measure or 4-measure loop. How do we know how long it is? Up here is going to be a little circle, and it's going to go around. Every time it goes around, it's 2 measures. 1 measure down, 2nd measure back up. So if I take this sound and put it up, makes a sound going down, makes a sound up, makes a sound down, makes a sound up. So every single time it goes around, it's making the exact same sound. That's a 2-measure loop. Now, if I do this one, though, makes a sound, going up, nothing. Makes a sound, but this time going up, makes a sound. So that's a 4-measure loop. Every single one is a 4 or 2-measure loop. When we put sounds up here, if I just take a couple sounds and I hover over these, you can see there's different options you can do. One of the options is this thing on the left. That will mute whatever sound I pick. And I can unmute them. The other thing I can do is I can go ahead and solo. That's the middle one. It shuts everybody else up accept that sound. The last one's kind of self-explanatory. I delete them. I get rid of them. Now, the next thing I talked about was having to do bonus scenes. Well, guys, over here's your bonus scenes. You got 3 different options. But what you have to do is figure out the right combination of these symbols to open up one of these. So if I drag this up, look, it put a spot here, here, and here. If I drag up the next one, I put a spot here. So maybe I want to focus on the middle one to try to figure it out. I suggest you do that prior to actually recording. Because once you start recording, everything you do will be recorded. So for the first project, it's at least 20 measures. As soon as I hit record, it's going to tell me to drag and drop. Okay. Here's 0 out of 40. When that gets to 20 out of 40, somewhere around here, I'm done my project. 1. As long as I have my bonus scene, I'm done. Then the second project is 30 out of 40. The last one is all 40 measures. So as soon as I drag up, we start recording. It starts moving. It's recording all this. Now notice, I got lucky. I picked the right ones, and it opened up a bonus scene. So, as part of my recording, I'm going to have to record that. But let's say I want to do some stuff first. Like maybe I want to solo this guy. Shuts everybody else up, and then him. Then I come back in. Or I can just mute somebody. Like, I don't want to hear this dude. Now I want the bass back. Whoops. All right. Now, I do need the solo in there so I can hit it. Notice this is still moving. Now I need 20 out of 40. I'm at 15. So when it gets to 20, I can just hit stop, or better yet, I can lead into it where I can go ahead and start to mute people. And there's my 20. Whoops. I hit stop a little late. Sorry. Now, when I'm done, you would think you would download this. Well, you can't. If you remember back to the directions, I said there's special directions. Here's what those directions tell you to do. You hit share. When you hit share, you have to put an email address. Use your school email. All right, at student.methacton.org. Then put your name. You can put the title, which could just be like, Project 1. And then when you hit the go button, it's going to go to another screen. And the next screen that pops up, guys, is going to have a URL link. It's going to give your website, your project its own website. It's up for 90 days. Copy that link. Once you copy that link, you're going to go back to your Word document that you put the videos on, and you're going to have video 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of that video, I want you to put Project 1 and paste the link. Then Project 2, paste the link. Project 3, and paste the link. So by the time you are done with your Incredibox stuff, all right, by the time you're done with all this, you are going to have one Word document with everything on it. It's going to have your questions for the first 4 videos, and it's going to have all 3 Incredibox links at the bottom of it. When you're done with all of these, then you would be able to move on to the first music video. Do you guys have any questions?